Hello, my name is Paul K. Chappell. I'm the Executive Director of the Peace Literacy Institute. And I'd like to talk to you today about peace not just as a goal, but also as a skill set. So imagine if you had a basketball game and nobody was taught how to play basketball. It'd be a mess, but nobody would be shocked or surprised. That's what you should expect to happen when people aren't taught how to play basketball. And imagine if you had an orchestra play Beethoven, but nobody was taught how to play their instruments. Again, it would be a mess. And again, nobody would be shocked or surprised. That's what you should expect to happen when people aren't taught how to play their instruments. But we live in a society where people are not taught the most basic peace skills. We don't teach people the most basic peace skills. So why should we be surprised by the degrees of violence in our society and also the degrees of injustice in our society and also around the world? We don't teach people these basic peace skills. Furthermore, we often teach people the opposite of these peace skills. So I've been doing this work for over 20 years. I've been doing this work full-time for over 12 years. And over the past 12 years, teachers would often say to me, high school teachers, middle school teachers, elementary school teachers, they'd say, can you come to the school and can you do a 30-minute talk about peace? We'll get all the kids in the auditorium and you can do a 30-minute talk about peace. And we might do another 30 minutes next year on peace. And I will say to them sometimes that a teacher would never say, can you come to the school and can you do a 30-minute talk about algebra or a 30-minute talk about geometry or a 30-minute talk about grammar? And we might do another half an hour next year on grammar or algebra or geometry or how to speak a foreign language. We realize in our society that literacy in math and reading and writing are competencies, and we have to view peace literacy as a competency that is even more complex than literacy in math and reading and writing. And to think about this in another way and show how much the paradigm in our culture has to change, I know a peace studies professor who also teaches middle school students. And he told me that he showed a documentary about Martin Luther King Jr. to his middle school students. And they really liked this documentary. And after the documentary ended, he said a few hours later, they went to recess and they went back to pushing each other around. And he said, I don't understand how my students could watch this documentary on Martin Luther King Jr. and really like it. And then a few hours later, they went back to pushing each other around. And I said, well, it's like showing people a video of Michael Jordan playing basketball, and then you expect them to play basketball like Michael Jordan. We aren't teaching them all the skills and capacities so that they can do this reliably in the midst of stress, in the midst of turmoil, consistently across time. So peace literacy is this idea that we have to view peace as a literacy, as a skill set, and teach that with as much rigor as we teach literacy in math and reading and writing. Also, that peace literacy is even more complex than literacy in math and literacy in reading and writing. If peace literacy is about how to have healthy relationships, how to build strong communities, how to address and solve root causes of problems, how to build strong nations, and how to heal trauma, how to navigate technology with discernment, those are much more complex things than just mathematics or reading and writing. And we can do this. We have skill sets, capacities, understanding that we can develop in human beings. And when I was at West Point and in the Army, I saw how people have excellent training in how to wage war, but people have almost no training in how to wage peace. So education can give students a place to practice this and also to make mistakes and also to learn. And that's what peace literacy can offer, in addition to other things that we will talk about. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to sharing more about peace literacy.